Welcome to the Bonus Time Monster Truck Podcast, presented by MonsterTalk, your number one source for the latest news, results, and more from the monster truck world. Meet the hosts for tonight's episode: Ewan Ford, Reagan Szymanski, Wayne Shahaki, and Jackson Morris. So strap yourselves in, because bonus time starts now.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Bonus Time Monster Truck Podcast presented by MonsterTalk. I am your host, Jackson Morris. Guys, can you believe it? We've got the whole squad back. Wayne, Reagan, and Ewan as always. Wayne and Reagan, how are you guys doing? Are you guys excited to be back on the Bonus Time Monster Truck Podcast?
Oh, heck yeah, man. No, well, now you're interrupting me. There's no way this will work. This podcast is just doomed, man. No one can ever talk at the right times. It's over. We might as well just quit. But I'll start. Okay. Well, it was terrific, man. We were in Australia for like 3 weeks, and it was a great time and all that. And it's been a little while. I wanted to actually recap some of the Australia stuff on the podcast, but I guess just schedule's been too tight for us to all to get on at once.
Yeah.
So. But now we're finally doing it. It's been like 2 weeks since, and we got some more news coming up for this week in Anaheim on Saturday.
Absolutely, and we have the Superstar Challenge as well. Wayne, how are you doing?
Doing good. Just got home from a big trip. Went to see some race car stuff that monster truck people don't like, NASCAR, go around in circles and triangles. It was fun, and visited some family in Texas. Now I'm back, and now I'm going back on the road a day later. But yeah, Australia was awesome, and sad we didn't get to be on the episodes, but we were busy and ready to talk about some superstar.
Absolutely. Well, I do want to say we do still have, I keep talking about, I'm sure my fans are all bothered the amount of times that I mention it. That podcast that we did at my house with us three, that is still coming. It's still in the works. So make sure to check that out. But enough cheeky little bit of self-promoting. Let's talk Superstar Challenge. This podcast is going to be exclusively previewing the Superstar Challenge. There's some very important things to talk about and very important news that we have today. So let's get right into it. We're going to talk about the track because that was revealed not too long ago, and it has been revealed to be the over-under track style. So this was first a thing at the Monster Jam World Finals last year in Orlando, Florida. It has not made an appearance since. Many thought it was going to be used at this year's World Finals. It was not. Now it is back for the Superstar Challenge. Now, unfortunately, at the time of recording this is probably a day or two from the time when it will be released, but we do not have that many photos of the track, of what it looks like. But from what we've seen, it looks very impressive, very awesome. There's some big, steep jumps, and I am excited to see what they can do to make this event a continuous thing, kind of like a secondary World Finals. So I'm going to hand it over to you guys. What are your thoughts about the Superstar Challenge track?
I'm excited. I think it's going to be a great time. The over and under track has obviously been a fan favorite, and we were wondering what was next after that 2019 World Finals. So nice to see a big, awesome racing course. I'm excited for it. I know some people complained because California came up with their own racing style back in the day called SoCal. It was something that was revealed in Anaheim, and people are like, oh, well, Anaheim, they have their own style, but they're bringing this instead. So I think it's cool, and we'll see what happens.
First time over and under is in California. Well, the second time they're ever running it, which is pretty cool. It's one of the most unique styles. If you look at the track, like they posted one picture earlier this morning, it looked pretty dope. I mean, they had a bunch of like big ramps on kind of like the outside. Like I guess they're going to be racing more of in the middle of the track, but on the outside might be where more of the freestyle ramps are, or best trick ramps and stuff. And it looks pretty interesting.
It's gonna be a great racing night because Over Under is just fantastic as always. And yeah, I saw those pictures too, and it's gonna be very interesting to see what they do for freestyle and stuff. And it's gonna be an awesome event.
Absolutely. And as you guys were saying, there's some big jumps. So it seems to be that for the most part that the ramps in the middle are going to be focused on the over under bridge, as they call it, which I don't know if they're actually putting a bridge there again. They didn't last year. I think they were supposed to originally. Actually, they were 'cause the renders. But yeah, so that's going to be in the middle, and it looks to be that they're populating the rest of the track with jumps around the outside of this stadium, which I'm really looking forward to seeing. And hopefully we get to see some renders before the event, though I'm sure we will get some of those. And if there are, at the time we don't have them, but I will put them on screen for those watching on YouTube. We're going to move on to our next topic. We're going to talk about the lineups and some of the trucks again. I'm sure everyone else in here wants to give their thoughts about the all-new truck designs. Just as a recap, let's go through our teams. For Team Nitro, we have Jim Cola in Avenger, Armando Castro, El Toro Loco, Tyler Menninger in the Nitro Gravedigger. There's also a Nitro El Toro Loco, and supposedly a Nitro Avenger as well, though we don't know what Avenger looks like. Bryce Kenny in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, Tom Mentz in the Nitro Max D, Caleb Blood, Soldier Fortune, Ryan Anderson, Son of Digger, and Corey Rummel in the Nitro Zombie. For Team Neon, we have Neon Bakugan Dragonoid with Camden Murphy, a Neon Earthshaker with Tristan England, a Neon Gravedigger with Adam Anderson, the Neon Megalodon with Todd LeDuc, Lindsay Reed in Lucas Stabilizer, Monster Mutt Chris Kohler, Jamie Sullivan, Monster Mutt Dalmatian, and Colt Stevens in Thunder Roris. I love these new truck designs. I've talked about them in a news video. The only one I don't like is Gravedigger Neon, because who doesn't hate that thing? That thing is disgusting. I hate it with every inch of my body. But the rest of the designs are great. And I wanted to ask you guys, what are your thoughts on not just the lineup, but the new trucks that we have?
Yeah, I'm excited. This is really cool to see unique trucks coming back. Last time we saw cool paint schemes was at World Finals, but prior to that, we haven't seen it in a long time. I think Team Nitro is pretty cool, but Team Neon is really stacked. I've seen a lot of fans talk about it, and my prediction is for that team. And then the truck designs, Jackson, I'm going to trigger you and all the fans out there. I like Team Neon Gravedigger. but I have to say, I think my favorite neon one is Bakugan. I'm looking at it on my phone, and for Team Nitro, Gravedigger looks incredible. So those are amazing trucks. But it's great to see there's more than one or two trucks getting a special design. I'm excited. Let's hear you guys' thoughts.
Well, I mean, the teams are looking pretty even. I've seen a lot of people are like, "Oh, Team Nitro's better, Team Neon's better." I really haven't even made a decision. Like I'm looking at them both on my screen right now, and it's like they're both strong. They're both pretty balanced. Like I've heard a lot of people say that they're not, but they look quite balanced to me. I think the designs also, like, for what they're supposed to be putting off, I think they look great. I mean, they got the neon and the nitro theme. It's like what it is. And I don't know. Am I making a prediction for a team right now? Do I really got to?
No, well, you can wait till later,
Oh, I
but you
can.
can pick
Okay.
which trucks
Okay.
that you like if you would like to.
Well, I would say that neon gravedigger actually didn't look too bad, and I think Team Nitro. I think Max D's my favorite.
I mean, the teams are stacked on both sides, but I think if we're deciding now our favorite teams, I think I'm gonna disagree with Wayne. I say Team Nitro is going over, but it's yeah. I mean, all the trucks look cool. To be honest, I don't like the Max D one, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, the teams look cool and be a good show.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to talk about the event schedule next, which is very, very interesting. It only recently just got revealed, and it's revealed some very, very interesting things, as I keep trying to not say very. So, here's the event schedule. Pit party, 12 p.m. to 4:30. The racing bracket selection is at 12:20. This is one of the most interesting things here. Best trick competitor / order selection at 1:30. We'll get to that in a second. Freestyle order selection will be at 4 p.m. Now, the show technically starts at 5:45 with the Thunder Roars drop forward momentum backflip stunt at 5:45. We'll talk about that later as well. Racing is scheduled for 6:10 p.m. Best trick scheduled for 6:52 p.m. Very, very specific with that time there. And freestyle will be at 7:30. There will also be an intermission after best trick. But it's intermission and it's probably subject to change. Important things to note with some of these. The encore has been revealed. From what I've heard behind the scenes, it's actually changed to be something different to what it originally was going to be. Now it is the Thunder Roarus drop forward momentum backflip. So I don't actually think they're doing the drop part of it. It's obviously themed around the playset of the same name. But what I think they're going to do that they've kind of hinted at, and I might be wrong, but I think I'm pretty solid on this prediction, is they're going to bring back the Thunder Roarus head inflatable, and Tom Meents will drive Thunder Roarus through that and then do the forward momentum backflip, which I think is going to be even better than the real stunt that they did at World Finals, because it was awesome what they did there. Obviously, the rain and the terrible conditions made it so that they couldn't put up the inflatable skull, but I would love to see that. I'm hoping they do. It's going to be awesome. I should also note they are jumping over 2 trucks. So not only is he doing a forward momentum backflip, but during the flip, he will jump over 2 trucks, which has never been done before. So that is pretty awesome to see. The racing bracket, and freestyle order selection is not new. If you watch the old All-Star Challenge, they did the same thing. The team captains will strategically pick who to go against who in racing and who to put where in freestyle. That is not new. This is what has piqued my interest, is best trick. It sounds like from the wording that they've used, and maybe I'm just overanalyzing this, but considering they have made this distinction that only a select few competitors will compete, that is what I get from this wording, and I'm unsure how this will work, if it will only consist of like certain people or whatever. I'm interested to know why, number one, why they've gone with this change, and number two, why they think that this is a better idea. To be honest, personally, I would have liked to seen all drivers attempt best trick. And maybe that is what they're going to do. But as I said, from the wording that they've used on their own website, it sounds like that there's only going to be a select few amount of competitors. So with that out of the way, I'm going to hand it over to you guys to ask you, what do you think of this new schedule? What do you think of the stunt? And what do you think of this best trick thing potentially only consisting of a few of the drivers from these teams?
Well, to start off the event, the pit party looks like it's going to be really cool. It was revealed, the map sort of revealed, when superfans looked into the app and saw that they put the map on there for the pit party. There's going to be some type of memorial because there is a little bit of a dedication there for Friday, I guess. And there's going to be a drifting event, all types of stuff. So I'm very excited to see a very eventful and cool pit party, because the pit party's great for all the fans that usually don't get to go or are new to the sport. But if you go to a few of them, you start to realize it's just really a meet and greet, see the trucks, and nothing special. So nice to see special things. I like the format. I think it's really cool. They're going to be doing a best trick competitor order selection, which is pretty neat. I'm excited to see how many people are going to compete in it. I wonder if it's just going to be 8, 4 from each team, or more than that. But I think they learned from that All-Star Challenge back in the day that can't let them do whatever they want, I guess, or else there's going to be a lot of damage. So be cool to see if everybody could do it, but if they don't and we get a few, I'm still happy. And obviously the fan favorite is freestyle, and there's going to be plenty of time if it starts at 7:30. And looking forward to the Thunder Roarus momentum jump. That's going to be really cool. It's nice to see that they're doing something unique that they've never done, and maybe they can pull it off. It'd be really cool if they do.
Well, so when I saw that competitor order selection thing, it was kind of confusing me because last time with the All-Star Challenge, I mean, obviously this is a whole new event. It's not the same thing. But what we saw last time with the All-Star Challenge was that there was an overall event championship, mixed in with all the competitions where everyone competes in everything, and whoever gets the most points wins the overall. And I just assumed, I guess maybe no one else did. I don't know. I just assumed that they were going to do that same thing for this show too.
Yeah.
But if you do that, then if you only use half the competitors in one of the three competitions, then aren't they going to have more points? Are they not going to count those points? It's confusing. This all was only announced like a week before the event too, that not everyone's going to compete in the best trick. So there's that as well. I don't know. I'm not really too excited about that. I don't think that's the best decision. Well, I mean, it's probably a good business decision, but not for the fans, which is usually where they lie a lot of the time. But other than that, it's still going to be a great event and everything. I mean, freestyle's really the main thing I care about watching this event anyway. So
I think the reason why they're doing the best trick competitor selection is because it's only one day. Like an All-Star, at All-Star, there was 2 days, and best trick was at the
Yes.
end. So they could afford the damage and they could fix it. But if everybody breaks in best trick like they did in All-Star or Superstar, then there's no freestyle at all. So I believe that's why they're doing it, because there's only one day this time.
Yeah.
And also the Thunder Wars jump is going to be. I saw the video. That looks like they already got it down to perfection, but you never know what could happen. It could rain again.
Oh God.
And
We love
it'd
rain.
be,
Yeah,
it'd be-
rain.
we love rain.
No.
Woo.
Yeah.
I hope for exclusively my viewing pleasure it doesn't rain, but I'm sure you guys probably don't really care. Well, oh my God, what the hell?
What's this?
What? How did you do that?
Oh no, that was no good.
It's the Superstar Challenge.
No,
Oh,
This is gonna
yeah,
be
look
a
at that.
fireworks show. Fireworks
no
show.
good.
I hope everyone else knows that from our view, it's at 3 pixels a second, so that just makes it even better. What? Oh my God. Well,
On the halftime show.
On the halftime show, Wayne does this and the sparks go everywhere. Well, I hope. Oh boy, that has certainly taken away my train of thought. But
Sorry.
one thing that I did. He's doing it again. Oh no. One thing that I certainly wanted to point out as well that some of you guys were talking about is that one of the things that for me I kind of assumed was that it was the same event with one, a different name, 2, a different location, and 3, a bit of a different format. But now it seems to be as I think Reagan said, it's kind of its own event. It's its own event with its own ways, and I think some of what you guys brought up is true as to the reason why they're doing certain things. I'm just hoping that with Best Trick, we still see some unique moves that do have some risk involved. I'm sure that there will be some of that because let's remember that for World Finals, we've had before a one-day thing where trucks have had time to fix, or they haven't, and they've still been able to put on a performance in all other competitions. But I'm sure that Master Jam know what they're doing, and if they don't, I'm sure everyone will bag them out for what they choose to do. But I'm excited. I'm interested to see where they go, and I know that one thing that Wayne brought up is the new features in the pit party with the drifting performance, the memorial, of course, and lots of other things. I'm interested to see what they do with that and the rest of the pit party. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. If they can do that for more events like this, have different forms of entertainment, different things to do in the pit party, other than walk around, see the trucks, get the signatures from drivers and talk to them and all of that. I think that would be an awesome step into improving the pit party and making that kind of a must-do for Master Jam fans, both brand new and people like us, the super fans that have been there thousands of times. I wanted to get into the predictions now, and this is where I'm going to cast my prediction for who will take the win here. So I'm going to start off with my predictions for each competition as well as the team that will be taking the win. Racing, I'm going to hand it to Ryan Anderson purely for the fact that the man that finished the highest in racing on this specific track that is in this lineup was himself. I think Ryan is going to have this down pat. Hopefully, he can take the win for Team Nitro. For best trick, I'm going to give it to Tyler Menninger, who was one of, I think, 2 or 3 drivers that actually succeeded in their best trick at the last All-Star Challenge, who got robbed by, no offense to Brianna Mahan, a move that, while very cool, was not what they said they were going to do and didn't complete it to perfection. So Tyler Menninger, we've seen the amount of crazy stuff he can do. I'm sure he is something completely insane that I cannot wait to see him try to take the best trick win if he is selected for the best trick. We'll see about that. Freestyle, I'm going to give it to Tom Meents. He has had amazing freestyles this whole season. He hasn't driven since the World Finals, maybe a little bit rusty, but I think he can conquer this amazing Anaheim track that we're going to see. And if it wasn't obvious, all the drivers I've picked are Team Nitro. I'm going to give the team win to Team Nitro. So, we're going to hand it over to you guys. What are your predictions? Who will win each competition and take the team victory at the Superstar Challenge?
Well, I'm going to start with racing. And in Orlando, we saw Ryan Anderson do an incredible job on under and over and under, whichever way you want to say it. And him and Brandon had an incredible race. He got shut off because of a flat tire, but it was downpouring. So what can you do either way? So I think Ryan Anderson is going to take it for racing. Going into the best trick competition, we saw Tom Meents do an incredible job at the All-Star Challenge, and he was another driver that got robbed. He did an incredible hit, one of the people to actually do what they said they were going to do, and everybody whined. They said, oh, he's supposed to not put his back tires on. He's got to do everything. You try and backflip a thing backwards, okay? That's 12,000 pounds. The
Amen.
professor knows what he's doing, and he threw it down. So I think he's going to get it done here again. And freestyle, he's known for chaos. He's done some insane things in Anaheim this year. I'm going to go with Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. He is just incredible. We've seen him crash the thing insanely this year. Reagan got to see his insane Seattle freestyle. There's just so many things he's done. So I think he has the potential. If he's not too stressed out, he could get it done. And going for the team pick, I said it before, I spoiled it. I'm going with Team Nitro. Team Neon is stacked as well. So I think Neon is an interesting one, but Nitro's the way to go.
Okay, well, predictions. I think racing goes over under style. Someone who did really well last year was last time they did it was Adam Anderson. And I think my pick this time is going to be Adam Anderson for winning racing and or over under racing, excuse me. Best trip.
Shut the
But I think for two-wheel skills, my prediction might have to be, best trick. I got a little distracted there. Best trick, easily Tom Meents. I think Tom Meents is going to execute. Every time he says he's going to execute a trick, he executes it. And he's the only guy in the company who has ever done that, every single time. So Tom Meents, I think, is going to take the best trick. And freestyle, I think I'm going to give another win to Team Neon. I think Todd LeDuc is probably going to take freestyle in Anaheim. I just have a feeling he hasn't driven to Anaheim in a while. And when he was here earlier this year for the first time in 3 years, it was a lot of bad luck. So I think he's looking for redemption. Anaheim is one of his spots, So we'll see how that goes. But I still do think when you add up all the points, I did give Team Neon 2 wins. I still think when you add up all the points, though, Team Nitro is probably going to place higher, maybe on average more than Team Neon. So I think Team Nitro is going to take the points win. And if there is an overall event champion, Ryan Anderson.
For me, I have this little bit of a off-kilter pick, but I have racing. I have Bryce Kenny taking it purely off of an interview he did earlier in the week, where he said he is apparently mad at the truck for his World Finals performance, and he's gonna throw it down. Like he looked determined to win, and I hope he does. For best trick, I have Ryan Anderson. it's an obvious pick, but nobody else has picked it. But he's gonna be up there. I think he's probably on the team for best trick if that's what they're doing. And for freestyle, I have Camden Murphy and Bakugan winning it because Camden can get wild anytime if the truck stays together, and he can pull off any trick at any time. So I have Camden winning freestyle, and for overall team, I have Team Nitro winning.
Well, and that comes to an end. That was great English. Oh my god, it's Wayne's cat. I forget which one it is. Hello, Wayne's cat. Well, unfortunately, that is the end for our Superstar Challenge preview. I didn't want to make it a super long episode, but I wanted to make an episode talking about the Superstar Challenge because, in my opinion, it's going to be the most exciting Monster Jam event that they have had since the World Finals. I'm a little biased, the Australian Tour, but for everyone else, it's going to be the most exciting event since the Monster Jam World Finals. Make sure to check out the footage that Wayne and Reagan records at this show. They are both going, so make sure to check out their channels whenever they film it. And thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check out the amazing content that I'm going to be coming out soon. Whoa! The fireworks are back!
Oh.
So, as a reminder, check out their footage, check out my footage, check out Blyle, who was just there and now isn't. Shout out to
Don't worry about
Blyle,
him.
Reagan's friend. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you with another exciting episode of Bonus Time. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.